All right. So I'm super excited about what we're going to do today.
Yeah.
We're going to build something together versus me just teach you how to do it. I'm going to like make you guys do it with me. So this will be a little bit different style of a team call, more of a teaching style. So I'm going to make sure, you guys can unmute yourself if you have questions as we go. This isn't a thing where I'm just going to be like, do this and this and this. Like if you're like, whoa, wait, it's not working, tell me so that I can help you do that. But let's go over a couple announcements first. So today we're going to build a Google form, like an application that you can send to somebody when they say like, hey, I'm interested in that group you're doing, or I need some help with my health and fitness. One of the first steps that I do when I get that I've been like, before I would just kind of start asking them questions, which are all of these questions I put on the form. So basically now what I'm doing is I just send them the form. I sent it to like 5 people yesterday, and 3 of them responded or like filled out the entire form. And then I texted them, and we have phone calls set up for 1 today and 2 for tomorrow. So I'm super excited about that and the efficiency of the form. What I'm more excited about is, we talk to a lot of people like every single day. I get on the phone and I ask them these questions, and I know all this info about them, and I do the best I can in notes to write down, like, let's say it would say like Hannah needs to lose 30 pounds, and it would say her job. And like, I would just make these little notes. The cool thing about this is if you have a form like this, it's saved in your Google Documents, all of these facts, all these things you need to know about your person to be able to help them and remember why they started and what they needed from you. So the first thing I want to make note of is mark your calendar for January Super Saturday, okay? Because that's going to come up before we know it. And it's going to be so important to not just go yourself, but bring any coaches you have local with you and any friends that are doing your workout programs or have shown some interest in what we're doing. Every time I see someone come as a guest to a Super Saturday event, they almost immediately sign up as a coach right afterwards, just because they really feel and see what Beachbody is about. So mark your calendars for that. The date for that is, I should have it memorized exactly, but it's the second weekend in January, which would be on January 10th. So January 10th is going to be the Super Saturday date. So mark your calendar for that day so you know and you're available for that. The next thing is Summit, to make sure that you are committed to and have bought your ticket to Summit in Indianapolis. It's going to be epically awesome. It'll be my 8th Summit, and it's like one of my favorite events ever because it's like a big family reunion. Like it's just awesome. It's something you can't beat. There's workshops, the author of Girl Wash Your Face is going to be there. Like, just going to watch her alone is going to be worth the price of the Summit ticket. Listen to her keynote speech. And then also, you're going to meet team and people that you've been talking to online forever. So we want you to be there with us. It's going to be super exciting. And we're putting this out into the universe. Chris has obviously been doing it all year, but we fully believe that Chris Pandolfo is going to be the Beachbody Challenge winner and win the $100,000 for the maltransformation. So we want to be there to support him as well in that journey. Hasn't happened yet, but we're putting it out into the universe, right? You got to set the goal, put it out, and talk about it, and then everything aligns, right? That's how it goes. And then put in the work. So I just want to make sure you knew about those 2 things. We got Super Saturday in January, and then Summit coming up. One other thing I wanted to tell you guys, since you guys are all on live, check the chat thread. If you haven't registered for our team website yet, our team training website, like I literally like finished it this morning, other than some edits and some things I need to change. So it's in the chat. You can ask me questions privately about it later, or I'll do a team call on it later. Like I need to change a couple of things in there, but it's basically all put together and fully working and functioning. It's been awesome. For example, I had a couple of you on here text me yesterday, like, hey, where do I find like the scripts for running free groups? And like, I knew exactly where it was. Instead of looking through my Google Documents and my desktop and folders and recent downloads on my computer trying to find it, I knew exactly where to go inside the team training website. and I just sent the link, and it was super simple and efficient. So it's a great place to find all the resources and have them more organized. So I put it in the chat. You can register right there so that you have access to it. I'm super excited about that. One thing I want to share about that as well, when you set a goal with a deadline, it's crazy how you get to work on something. Like I had a goal to finish that by December 31st, and it's already done on November 7th because I started on it. I got up every morning at 5 o'clock and worked from 5 to 7, like for 2.5 weeks, and I got it done earlier than I thought. And it's because it was something, I set a goal, and it was something fun to work on that I know will benefit the team for the long run. So it was exciting for me to do that. Okay, so let's get into building this form. You guys, does everyone, give me a thumbs down if you don't have it. Do you guys have the PDF that we're going to kind of build this form off of? If you don't, I'll drop it to you. Okay, Hannah's got it. Is anybody else, is anybody missing it? Okay, so Shanti doesn't have it. Let me put it real quick. If you do have it, make sure that you have it open on your computer. Okay, Shanti, I'm just getting you the link for it. Okay, it's in you can just download it in the chat thread. It's the Google document right there. So basically it's a PDF health and fitness questionnaire. We're going to build a Google form. So I'm going to teach you exactly how to build a Google form. I think Connie, I see Connie on here live. Connie said, hey, let's do a training on how to build a Google form. So here we are. So what you want to do is have that form open. There's some questions on there already. As we're building it today, like feel free to add your own questions. If you have other things you want to put on it, go ahead and put them on there. We're going to go to Google Drive. Let me just make sure of something. Who here hasn't ever used a Google Drive before? Because I know there's probably somebody. Okay, looks like everybody has. If you haven't, let me know. We're going to go to Google Drive, and I'm going to share my screen so you guys can follow along with me. Give me 1 second. And just so you guys know, I've never done a video where I help walk a lot of people through building something like this before, so hopefully this works out. Google Drive. So I'm just going to go to my Google Drive. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. Okay, so what you want to do is go to Google Drive, and if you want, you can build this with me. I'll build one right alongside. Actually, no, I'm going to teach you how to do it. There's something you can do. I believe you can fully copy it and put it in your drive and then edit it. But I want to teach you how to do it so that you can make one in the future. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So let's do this. I'm gonna go to the new here in your drive. So when you're in your Google Drive, go click on New, and you're gonna see like folder, file upload, and more. Go to Google Forms, and just click on Google Forms. Okay. And someone stop me if I go too fast. So right here on Google Forms, you know, it just has a basic, does yours look like this? So I can see. Okay, Chris has never used Google Drive. Okay. Chris, are you into Google Drive? Who's in Google Drive so I can see who's with me? Okay. And let's do something. Let me just ask you guys, is it going to be easier if I just like walk through it and you come back and do it, or do you want to build it like right now? You guys tell me.
For me, probably watching you first.
Okay. So let's do it like that. And I'll just go through it quickly, and then we'll just do a short team call in that manner, and you can just copy, you can just go do what you did.
Hi, how are you?
So what we'll do is, like, I have this PDF of this questionnaire up. I know you can't see that right now, but you have that PDF. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to follow along and copy that. One thing I want you guys to know is you can add images. So I'm going to click over here, and we're just going to call this, I already have a form made, so I'm just going to build another one, basically. Health and fitness questionnaire. Okay, like this. or whatever you want to call it. We'll just do that. Okay, so we can put health and fitness questionnaire, and then I'm gonna pull up this template that I have. One thing that you guys can do is you can write right here. You could write anything you want. You could write like, I want you to fill this out as honestly as you possibly can, so that I can know how to best serve and help you with your health and fitness goals. However you want to word that. Then what you can do also, if you have like an image you want to use for your challenge groups or your team brand or your logo, or even just a picture of yourself, what you can do is you can hit this add image button right here, and then you can choose to upload an image. So I'll just I have my own. I'm not going to actually use this, so I'll just put Chris's before after picture, because it's the first one on my desktop right here. So it would come in here like this. You can put this image in here. You can title it. We're not necessarily going to title it. We're going to turn off right here you can leave this here, but we're going to turn off the email address for collecting email addresses. And I'll tell you why. We'll put it in later. We're just going to unclick that and hit save, and that disappears from right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to start just emulating this PDF that we have. So this has name, email, current fitness level. So basically what we're going to do is start with first name, last name. Okay, so I'm reading the chat as we go. So what I would do right here is I will hit just this. I would just hit this add question, and it pops up like this, a question. So we'll just put first and last name. So you just put first and last name like this, and it just automatically change to short answer right here. You can put what type of question it is by clicking over here. You can do drop downs, check boxes, and so forth. We'll use each of these during building this form. We're just going to use short answer. And then we're going to hit, you can start to build this really quick by hitting just duplicate. So we're going to duplicate it. It's going to just drop down below. And I'm actually going to, you can see right here, these 6 little dots, you can drag them to different positions. We're going to drag Chris's picture up to the top right here. And then we're going to start the names below. So we have first and last name. The next thing on that form was email. I always like to get their phone number as well. So we'll do email. We'll just type in right here, email, address, short answer. It says enable email collection setting. I'm going to click on that. And that pops it back up at the top if you want right there. I don't want it right there, and I'll tell you why later. You can do that right there, but we're not going to have that because I'm going to show you where I collect the emails at. So we have first and last name, and then we have email address right here, and it changes to short answer. The next thing we have on this health and fitness questionnaire is current fitness level. We'll put phone number in as well first. So we would just go in and we'd hit duplicate, and we'll put phone number, and that's so I can text them. I put phone number right there, short answer, and then I hit duplicate, and then I would come down here to the next section, and we'll put what is your current fitness level, and we'll leave that as a short answer. You could put options like out of shape. You could make it funny as well, like out of shape, don't put me down for cardio, any of those things. You can have fun with it, but we're just going to leave it as a short answer. So you just click right here where it says multiple choice, and we're going to short answer. Actually, let's put a paragraph so they can write a little more if they need to. Then we're going to hit duplicate again for the next question. And then on this form, for example, we have list any Beachbody products you currently own, because a lot of people do have or have experienced one of the programs. So I put, how are we wording that? Please list any Beachbody products you currently own. Remember, you can make your own questionnaire with your own, however you want. Products you currently own. So we put what Beachbody products you currently own. We're going to leave it as paragraph. And then the next question is, have you ever tried Shakeology? I always like to know that before I do a phone call, so I don't go explaining it and They already have an experience with it, and I can go straight into asking them what their experience is. So I'm going to hit duplicate, and we're going to put that simple question of, have you ever tried Shakeology? So this one we can do a different style question. So ever tried Shakeology, just like that. And then we can do multiple choice. And this is how you do a multiple choice. You just go where it says option 1, and you can put yes. And you can put no for the second one. Just simple as that. Okay, and that one's done. So then we're going to duplicate for the next question. We're going to hit duplicate. And the next question is, describe your Beachbody coach history. I like this one. So we're going to type this in. Okay, so we're going to describe your Beachbody coach history. And we're going to do just a multiple choice on this. And we're going to put a few options. I have never had a coach. I'm just following this health and fitness question. Okay, I've never worked with a coach. I think I have a coach, but we never communicated. I think. Just like that. I think I have a coach, but we've never communicated. The next one, I used to be a coach, but have since canceled my account. Account. Give me 1 second. Let me chat. Okay. So I used to be a coach, but have since canceled my account. And I am not working with another coach. Oh, we left the screen here. Give me a second. There we go. And I am not another coach. Okay, and then after that, we can put, I have a coach that I work with. That way, if you get that one, you don't need to send an email or a text message to them because they're already working with somebody. And then the last one, I am a coach, which leads you to the same option that I just told you about. So I want to just, as I'm building this, I want you guys to know, like, for example, on my Instagram stories today, I shared like 5 transformations in a row. And then I did a swipe up option to share with, like, to have them share their health and fitness goals with me. And I got 3 people that filled out that form today for my Instagram stories, which gave me the opportunity to text them and start a conversation. So getting to know, have people answer these questions is going to help you know if they're a prospect or not, and where to go with that conversation. So the next question I'm going to ask, one thing I want to make sure of right here is you can click to make these required. So I make them all required. So we're just going to click required on each of these sections, because if you don't have it marked as required, they don't have to fill it out. They can just skip over it. So we're going to put required on every one of these. I should have been doing that from the beginning, but here we are. Required on that one. We're going to make the next question. So I'm going to hit duplicate again. Now what I know is when we duplicate this, it's already going to be marked as required, each of these future questions. So we're going to say, what is your favorite workout style? And then we can just kind of put in some in here like strength training, cardio, fat burning, for example. So we'll put strength training. Second option, we'll put cardio, fat burning. The next one, we'll put dance. We'll put dance for the next one. Oops, I didn't mean to click the photo button there. We'll click dance here. Oh, I just deleted over the one I wrote. That was nice, huh? Cardio, fat burning, just like that. We'll put extreme results for the people that want some extreme programs. And then the last one we're going to do is low impact. Okay? And like I said, if I'm saying something, I know you guys are taking notes on how to do this. It's fairly simple. If you have questions as I'm going, please unmute and just ask me if I do something without explaining it well. We're going to go to the next question now is how long would you like to work out each day? So we're going to hit duplicate again. Remember, this is already required. We're going to put how long each day. And then we'll just put some options in there. We'll do 20 to 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes, 30 to, I don't know, 40. I think we'll just follow this thing, 30 to 45 minutes. Then we'll do 60 plus minutes. And then we're going to X out the rest of these options. And just to show you, you guys can put other, so I can just hit add other right here if I want, and then they can put their own answer there if they would like. So the next question we're going to go down and do is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your nutrition? One to 10. So how we would make this question on the form, we could put 1 being clueless, 10 being a nutritionist is kind of how that PDF looks. So we could do this a couple ways. We could do a scale like this, 1 to 5, or 1 to 10. You could do a scale. 1 being, what did I say? Clueless. 10 being nutritionist. Nutrition. Okay. So you could have a scale like that, or you could just you could do it as a short answer where they write whatever number it is or whatnot. But we're going to do a scale right there, a scale of 1 to 10. The next question we're going to ask on here is, what are your current struggles? So what we'll do is we'll duplicate this question right here. So I'm going to come up here and hit this duplicate button, and then we'll drag it down below here. It's not letting me drag. Oh, we'll drag this one up. Oh, that let you see how the scale looked there. See, there's what the scale looks like when I click out of it. So they just click which one of those it is. So this question then, the next question we're going to do is, what are your current struggles? Check any that apply. So this is a different type of question that we've done. So what are your current struggles? Check any that apply. So we've been doing short answer, long answer. We've done one that is this scale. This one we're going to do check boxes. This means they can check multiple options. So right here we're going to put low energy. We'll just put something. You can put whatever you want, remember. Low energy. Put cravings. I'm just following this preview, so when you come back and do this, you can download that PDF and follow it. Mood inconsistency. Mood inconsistency. We have digestion problems. So what I did there is I just clicked, I had to get rid of the other and then click on the option so I could type the next one. Digestion problems. Irregularity. You guys get to see my spelling issues as I do this. Irregularity, immunity, getting sick. So add option, we'll click here. Getting sick. Then 2 more. We'll do mental fog. And then we'll do not eating enough veggies. So when you do, this one is check boxes. When you do check boxes, they can click as many as they want, like that. The next question we're going to ask, we're going to go into some short, we'll do four more, it looks like, and we'll be finished with this questionnaire. We're going to do you have any injuries or limitations? So we're going to make a new one, and we're not going to duplicate. I'll just hit this add question button over here. We're going to do add question. Do you have any limitations or injuries? So for example, one of the ones for the phone call I have later today, like he wrote in that when I got this response from him that he has 2 pins in his knee. So when I have a phone call with him, I get to ask him about that. Does it limit him? What abilities does he have and not have with his knee? So do you have any limitations or injuries? We'll leave that at paragraph. We'll do duplicate. We're going to ask, what are your fitness goals? And then we're going to duplicate that. Oh, sorry. When I went and grabbed that new question, it wasn't required like the ones above. So make sure that they all say required. So I'm just clicking on each section and hitting required. So what are your fitness goals? The next one we're going to ask is, what do you feel is stopping you from success? And then we're going to hit duplicate, and we're going to ask, describe your why. Not question mark. We're going to hit duplicate again, and we're going to ask, what motivates or inspires you? Okay. And then they can write a paragraph right there. I'm going to show you one other thing that you can do is so that's basically the form right there. And then I'll tell you how to set it up so you can receive the answers to these forms. One thing that you can do, I have this on my form actually, is right here on the Ever Tried Shakeology, in between these 2 sections, we're going to click this little add video button. And it's going to pop up this select video. And you can search for a video or hit URL. We're going to put URL. I'm going to go to my YouTube channel, or just YouTube right now. And I'm going to get the Tony Horton video where he talks about all the ingredients. And I'll copy that URL. I don't think you guys can see this screen, but maybe you can. Tony Horton ingredients. I'm going to get my clients educated on Shakeology before they ever call me. So I'm going to copy this video link. I'll save it. I'll put it in the chat right now too, the video that I'm using. So give me a second. If you check the chat, you can save that link. Okay. There it is. Okay, so basically I copied the URL to this YouTube video. You can use any YouTube video. And we're on our form. You paste it right here, and it shows up. You hit select, and it puts a video in. You can title it. And we're going to leave it like that. So I'm going to put that right in there so that they can watch that video while they're filling out this form. That's only like a 2-minute video. Okay, so the form is basically built. Remember, you guys can add anything that you want in here. What we're going to do next, so this is under questions. This is where we built this. We put the title, we put a picture, we put the video, we put all these. Make sure they're all marked as required. And then go over to responses. You're going to click on that. Then what you're going to do, there's this thing that says accepting responses. Make sure that's on. It should be by default on. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click on these 3 dots right here. And you're going to click on get email notifications for new responses. So at the bottom, you can see it here, it said email notifications on. There's a checkbox by it. Then you're going to do select response destination. So you click that, and it's automatically defaulted to create a new spreadsheet. And it's untitled right now because my whole form is untitled. But we'll just call it fitness questions. It's going to create a spreadsheet. So it's created. Now, basically what that did is it created a spreadsheet in your Google Drive where we're building this form, and it's linked that spreadsheet to this form. So everything's set up now. You have email notifications, and you've selected a response destination by creating that new spreadsheet. I'm not going to click that again because we already have one. And then what's going to happen is when someone fills out this form, it's going to go to a spreadsheet, and it's going to email you to your email, whatever email address your Google account, your Google Drive is connected to. You're going to receive an email that says you got a new response to your Google Drive. And I'll show you what that looks like. Let me stop sharing this real quick so I can see you guys. Okay, so did that make sense? Does anybody have questions on that process we did right there, right now while we're here? Or was that fairly clear? Okay, so I'm gonna go to my email and just show you what that looks like. I'll share my screen real quick with you guys. I'm clicking all the wrong buttons today. Okay, I just clicked my app that I answer Instagram messages on. Okay, here we go. Let me share my email. Okay, so here's my email. So you can see right here that I have your form, health and fitness questionnaire has new responses. So I have 2 new responses. So it notifies me when I'm working and I answer my emails every day. I can see if someone, instead of like remembering, I got to go into my Google Drive and check my form and check my spreadsheet and see if there's anything new in there, which is time consuming to just go do that. And you don't need more things to do on your checklist like that. This way you can see it, and then I can just hit view summary and it will pop up. And it will show that I have 3, I just built this form. It'll show I have 3 responses. It shows their name, shows their email. It doesn't show their phone number because I added that question on today after I realized I didn't get their phone numbers. And then you can look at them individually. So there's summary and individually. Let me make sure you guys can you see my screen? Let me stop share. I think you're still on my email. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm on my health and questionnaire. Okay, that's better now, right? So this is what it looks like. You can see that there's responses. There's a summary that shows their name and their email and all of their questions individually. Current fitness level, Beachbody programs you earn, shows that. But I like to look at it individually. So you just look at individual. So what I would do is I would just text him or email him. I know his current fitness level is average. He doesn't own any programs. He's never tried Shakeology. He's never worked with a coach. His favorite workout style is strength training. He would like to work out 45 to 60 minutes a day. His nutrition is a 5. He's not eating enough vegetables and greens. He's got 2 pins in his hip. He wants to build muscle, get his diabetes under control. His self is stopping him. He wants to control his diabetes, have a better quality of life with his wife and his family. So with me sharing that, does that give you a good baseline of what you should talk about when you call him and talk about the challenge group? You don't have to sell a challenge pack or a challenge group. You have to just address each of those things that he wants, that prospect wants, and then connect the dots on how Shakeology can help with diabetes. Shakeology is going to help get extra ingredients in greens that he's not getting by not eating the greens. Following the meal plan and using the portion cups is going to help him know exactly what greens to eat and have a list of them to eat. So having a form like this is going to help you structure your phone call where you know exactly how to address what they need and help them in that case. So that's basically all I have to share about how to build that form. I want to challenge you guys to not just watch this video and say, oh, that would be nice to have a form. I want you guys to fill that out. I have a form that's a coach application. It has all the questions like, so Connie says, how do you link this to Linktree? Let's talk about that real quick. So let me go back to this. Okay, so let me share this. Let me share my screen, I guess I should say. Thanks for asking that. That's why I like these questions, because I forget to tell you everything that I do. So other things you can do as well on this, you can change the color of the background. You can choose an image that goes in the background by clicking on this little paint palette. To send it to or put it on your Linktree. There goes my voice. I've had a cold for like 2 weeks. You hit this send button right here. And then what you do is hit this link button. I always do shorten URL, and then here's the URL to send that form to someone. You just copy it, and you would put that into your Linktree. So that's that answer. If you have a website or a blog, here's the embed, the HTML embed. So if you ever look at my blog posts and I share someone's transformation, and then there's a coach application or a coach internship or this form, what I'll have just done is I would just copy this HTML code and I'll put it in the website, and then that form is embedded into the website. So that's how you do that. While we're here, let me just show you guys what my coach application looks like. And I'll show you another form that I made that would maybe be a good idea. So I'll show you two forms real quick to give you a couple of ideas on how you can use these forms. One of the forms that I'm doing right now is for the $20 off on this month. I'll show you what that form looks like. I can put it in the chat as well, the link to it, but please don't fill it out because it's for my prospects and my customers, and you guys are coaches. So let me find it for you real quick. Customer invite process. Okay, so I call it my no excuse form, no excuse November form. I'm going to open it up and then I'll share my screen. Okay, so you guys your minds are going to be blown. You're going to be like, oh, there's so many awesome tools that I can do. Okay, here's my no excuse November form that I've been sending to my current customers and people that told me no for the past year. So because we're calling our no excuse November, we're offering the best. Let me just put this in the chat for those of you that are on live. Remember, just use it to emulate, not to fill out the form. Because then I'll have to just search through it. Then I'll get excited and be like, I got someone that filled out the form. And then I can set up a phone call and then I'll be like, oh, it's just you guys. It's just you guys. You guys already know this stuff. So I just copied it into the chat thread. It's the same process on how I built it. Okay, I'm going to hit edit so you can see what it looks like. So, okay, I'll go back. So this is what the form looks like for the customer with that link. Okay, and then I'll just go to the edit button right here so I can show you what it looks like when I built it. I just basically put this in the description so you guys can copy that. I put this image in there. I put first name, last name. It's the same process we just did. All of these are required. Phone number. What country do you live in? The US, Canada, and the United Kingdom. The reason I set this form up as I talk you through it right now, the way I did, is because once they fill this out and they send me their email address, which will be right here, and they tell me and they answer these questions, I'm just going to send them a share cart to the challenge pack that they want. Because if they fill out this form, they're basically saying, this is the flavor of Shakeology I want, this is what I have, this is what I don't have, and then I can just send a share cart. So first and last name, email address, phone number, what country do you live in, and this is for the share cart purpose. What option do you want with your year access Beachbody on demand? Chocolate Recover and Energize, Orange Recover and Energize, Chocolate Shakeology, vegan chocolate. So I just listed all the Shakeology flavors. I put the video in there. Do you want to participate in an accountability group? Do you want personal weekly check-ins with me as your coach? If you answered yes to the 2 questions above, do you already know which workout program you want to do, or do you need me to contact you and help pick a program? I need help picking. I already know which program I'm doing. Do you want a free ebook, A Guide to a Healthier and Happier You with your purchase? And that's an ebook that I created when I built the team website, or an ebook I emulated. Sorry, I don't want to say create. I want to become a coach and receive 25% off all future orders and be able to make a 25% commission by helping others. So that's the form for that. You guys have the link so that you guys can see that. Is that awesome? Like having a form like that? So if someone fills that out, I'm not even going to question unless they say I need help picking a program. I'm going to send them the share cart right away with the Orange Recover and the Energize and the Beachbody on demand and whatever country they're in. I'm just going to send that to them, and then I'll work on picking a program for them as they order. The next form I want to show you another way that I use forms is my coach application. It's super old. So I'll show it to you. I should probably update it, but I've been using it forever. I've been using it probably since 2012. I'm going to go back to my Google Drive. I'm going to go to my coach application. Give me 1 second. One thing I also realized I need to show you is I'll show this to you right now. Coach application. Okay. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, so here's my coach application. So I've had this since 2012. So you can see I have like 367 responses in there. Basically, I embed this and use this link in almost every blog post that I use it with a basic a line that says, do you have results similar to, and I would put there like, do you have results similar to Hannah and would like to learn how to use your results to make an income from home? If yes, fill out this form. Does that make sense? So every time I'm sharing results, like I was targeting people that not only want to see that transformation and be like, oh, I want to do that workout or I need to reach out to them, but also for the person that has done that workout and they're checking out other people that have results like that and they're just looking at other results and they don't know about the coaching opportunity yet. And so I use a coach internship or coach application form on those blog posts, for example. Or if someone says, hey, I'm interested in that coach thing, how's it work? You could have them fill out this questionnaire as well to get to know a little bit about them so that when you call them and ask them, you have some ideas. So this is what my internship looks like. First and last name, are you a coach yet? Email address, phone number, what describes you best? Motivated by fun and recognition, motivated by helping others. Let me send you this link real quick. So I'm gonna hit the send button. It's gonna be in the chat box for you guys so that you can emulate it if you would like. Okay. I'll just walk through it real quick, some of them though. So I want to know what motivates them, motivated by order, timeliness, facts, figures, motivated by challenges, goals, the leadership role. You're going to know how to prospect them about this opportunity if you know what they're going to be motivated by as well. Like if they're about fun and recognition, you could talk about the Success Club trips that you can earn. You could talk about the gifts that you earn, about going on stage, being recognized by your coach. If they're just about helping others be a part of a cause, then you would touch on that part on your coach when you're calling them. If they're motivated by order, timeliness, facts, figures, you would go into the compensation plan, share with them the policy and procedures. I would talk to them about how we have a team training website and so forth. So these questions are going to help you know how to speak their language in prospecting them. The next part, evaluate the following statements. I'm self-motivated, would love to be my own boss, work from home. I have strongly disagree, strongly agree. I enjoy the comfort of being assigned clear-cut tasks rather than have to decide for myself what I spend my time doing. And then I have, once again, they can do strongly agree, disagree, or agree. Click on the following statements. I have not yet tried a Beachbody program. I own a Beachbody workout, but I haven't completed it. I have completed a program. I have tried Shakeology. I'm currently drinking Shakeology. I've been part of Scotty's mentoring or whatever, of a challenge group. You can write whatever you want. Which best describes your goals as a coach? Earn enough income to cover my Shakeology and program purchases, earn an extra $500 to help with bills, build a business that eventually allows me to become full-time, have what it takes to become a top 10 coach like you were. I'm ready to go full force to get there. Which best describes you currently? Stay-at-home mom, unemployed, student, employed part-time, and so forth. Have you had experience in network marketing? If so, which one? Did you have leadership role? If you had a magic, this is my favorite question. If you had a magic wand, what 3 things would you change right now? That's going to be your money. That's going to be their why, basically, without them knowing, that you can address when you're talking to them on the phone, and then just connect the dots on how Beachbody coaching and these programs will help them achieve those things that they want to change. Whether it's, I want to lose weight, I need more confidence, I need to get out of debt. Those things are going to say, they're going to say those things with the magic wand question. And then you can show them how Beachbody coaching can help change that for them. How much do you feel your family will support you? What questions do you have for me? When are you available for a call? And then when they fill out that form, I just text them and set up a phone call with them. And then I have this to go off of as a base. And like I said, the responses, you can see the responses right here individually like this and so forth. That's the first one I ever did back 367 ago. The other place that they also show up, remember when we edited this form, we clicked on the email address, so it sends you an email notification. So if you click on that, it brings you here and you can check the responses here. We also clicked create a spreadsheet, and that's where I often check is just the spreadsheet. And this is what it looks like for the spreadsheet. Let me share my screen. Can you guys see my forms right here? Okay. So this is the spreadsheet, the responses for that. So if I click on that, the responses come into a spreadsheet like this. So let me move this. So basically, the newest ones are at the end. So basically, it looks like this. For example, Heather, I scrolled past her. I have a phone call with her tomorrow. So basically, it would say when they filled out the form, their name, their email, their phone number, motivated by challenge, leadership role, and then evaluate the following statements. And we went through those when I went through the form, like how much will your spouse support you and so forth, what describes you. So they come into this as well, like this. So you have this to remember what their goals are and what motivates them. So that's what I'm lost my words. That's what the spreadsheet looks like when it goes to the spreadsheet after they create it. So does that make sense? Sammy, I see you laughing at me. That's what the spreadsheet looks like when they fill out the Google form. That's where it goes. Oh, I thought Sammy was laughing at me. Okay, so that's the form. Those are the forms that I use. I also have a form for my new coaches that I just created. I think Bryn's on here. I can't see her right now. Where are you, Bryn? Oh, Bryn, there you are. She's over there waving. So I'm going to unmute you for a minute, Bryn, before I let everybody go. So I sponsored Bryn's husband as a coach. And then out of nowhere, Bryn just starts building this business. And I'm like, where's this volume coming from? So I reached out to Bryn, and then she started asking me questions as well. So I started her as a new coach. I sent her a new coach welcome email, and it has like a Google form to fill out. She went through it. It was pretty intensive, right? It like talks about this is Success Club. I inserted a video. This is how you become Emerald. This is how you do this. And then she filled it out. And when she filled it out, then it instructs her to text me. And once she texted me, I had a getting started right call with her. So I use the Google form for that starting a new coach process as well. So there's tons of ways that you can use this to be able to send to your prospect or send to your coach and have more of a systematic way of understanding what their needs are. Hey, so does anybody have any questions? I have an interview with the man Chris in his Core de Force shirt there in 10 minutes. So do any of you guys have any questions about Google Forms? Or is that pretty clear? Okay, so I will let you guys go because I've been drinking my water and I need to get on an interview with Chris for another 30 minutes. So I need to go use the restroom. I'm super excited for you guys. If you hopped on late, scroll up through the chat real quick. I'm going to drop it again. The team website is basically done. So grab it real quick before I end this call. So you can go in there and start going through the coach training and seeing the resources that are in there. And then we'll let you guys go, and we'll see you guys on next week's team call. Is actually, I don't think we have a team call. We have a coach sneak peek that we're going to be doing. So you guys can check the calendar. It's if you go to the Dynasty Strong team website that I just put a link for, at the top, you're going to see a team marketing calendar, and you're going to see the time, and you're also going to see a link to that group or to that event inside of the team training website and the team membership website. So we'll see you guys next week on the Coach Opportunity. That means we have an entire week. Build your forms today for your customers, for your coach ops, and then let's start inviting to the Coach Sneak Peek next week, okay? We'll see you guys later. Thanks for being on live.